Steve Baker. Convicted felon Steve Baker.
Right.
Criminal.
We're a little nervous about his being in the same room with us right now.
You let me down,
He could
bro.
snap at any time and start parading.
Let
We've
me
seen
down.
that in the past.
Hey, where's the bailiff? Is he standing
Milling,
outside?
parading.
Hey, no kidding. You let me down.
I let you down.
You let me down. I
What did I
I
do?
thought you were going to fight this thing to the end.
We're still fighting.
Are you, though?
Yeah.
I feel like you're not.
Well, you pled guilty, right?
I did.
Yep. And but it's a misdemeanor.
Correct.
Is that right?
Right.
4 misdemeanors?
4 nonviolent misdemeanors,
Okay.
including milling and
And parading?
and parading.
Wow.
How do you get away with doing? Well, you didn't get away with it.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
didn't.
No, you didn't.
You didn't get away with it.
And now you've admitted,
I still might actually.
You still might. Thank goodness. You must have been so relieved when Trump was elected.
Yeah, and that was a big part of the decision because my pretrial hearing was the morning after the election.
Right.
Right.
So my pretrial hearing was it was brutal. The judge really showed his intolerance. He showed that
He hates you.
Oh, he can't stand me. And of course his best buddy, is Merrick Garland. So it's not
man.
it's not like my name hasn't been discussed. And so anyway, he showed that he was going to be completely inflexible in the trial. He dismissed all of our motions, deny, and then the most important motion that we had is we were requesting from the government discovery on the other 80 to 100 journalists that went through the building.
Right. And weren't charged with anything.
And weren't charged and have not been charged.
Right.
So we were demanding discovery, and the judge says, no, it's not necessary.
How does he prevent that? He can just decide arbitrarily what evidence can be introduced when it's. I mean, I know that he can rule on things that aren't relevant to the case, but that's pretty relevant to the case.
Pretty relevant, and he's the god of the courtroom, so he gets to
He can do
decide.
whatever he wants.
And he's got a lifetime appointment. He doesn't care.
Could you have requested a jury trial here?
I absolutely did not want a jury trial in D.C. Oh, no,
in
D.C.
D.C., yeah.
95% of them voted for Harris. So
That's true. That's a good point.
not exactly a favorable jury pool.
Yeah.
so can they add charges to you now? Because I know when you gave your talking after you gave in and pled guilty, you stood in front of a sign that said no standing, no loitering, no talking.
Right.
We're going to add some charges to you. Okay?
Scoff law.
Yeah, no, it's funny because that's where they do all the press conferences at the D.C. courthouse is right outside of that sign.
That's interesting.
Yep.
That is. That's amazing. So, are you pretty confident that Trump will fix this?
I'm very
For not just you, but thousands.
I'm very hopeful, and in
Yeah.
fact, in my hearing last Tuesday, when the judge took my guilty pleas, he then actually said, "Well, I'm going to hazard to go ahead and give you the talk that I would normally give you in your sentencing hearing."
Oh, because you probably won't have it.
He said, "Because I'm probably not going to see you in March."
What a
The
bastard.
judge
What a
said that.
piece of crap.
What a bastard.
Wow.
So then
Wow.
then he proceeded to dress me down and
For what?
oh.
For what?
Yeah, this is the big news.
Yeah.
The judge made a serious unforced error in his chastisements of me that day.
Oh.
So he
Good. Got carried
he criticized none of my behavior, none of the milling, none of the parading, or
Okay.
he criticized none of the things that they lied about and said that I did that I didn't do. But what he did criticize me of, and this is amazing, he actually said it. He said he admonished me for my remarks in my journalism about weaponized Department of Justice and the bias of the court. Which
wow.
means
My gosh.
he's had somebody, one of his clerks or somebody
Yep.
who's been watching my social media feed or the published
he
articles
has.
here at the Blade,
Why don't
or
you
he has.
Wave at the camera right now.
But we had a federal judge in a D.C. district court criticize me criticizing the government.
Wow.
And when we release the transcript
Wow.
of this,
Nice.
it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, good.
That's
You got-
amazing.
You got cocky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
So how long has this been? Is it 2 years that this has been going on for you?
No, it's 3.5 years
It's
now.
3.5.
Yeah, they first,
So-
the FBI first
So
contacted
it started
me.
in 21.
Yeah, July of 21 is when they first contacted me.
Unbelievable.
You're never going to get all that pain.
No,
and
you don't get
suffering
that back. I mean, this has been no doubt a big stress in your life, right? So,
Look, I'm not gonna overstate it. Yeah, it's been a hell of a lot of stress. But there's so many more that have gone through so much more. And I mean, just here in Texas, after the election, on the 12th, so a week after the election, a Austin man who has cancer, who lost his son in a motorcycle accident a couple of years ago. They were at the Capitol together, who did no violence. They went into the Capitol. They swatted him for the same 4 misdemeanors. So a guy going through cancer treatments right now got swatted and arrested last week at his home in Austin.
Incredible.
They're still doing it.
They're still doing it.
It's unbelievable.
After they lost the election.
After the election. This just happened.
Yeah.
But Trump is the vindictive one, right? He's the one seeking revenge on his political enemies.
Right.
Are you kidding me?